this morning. Celery, of course. I have just a couple orange pieces, ginger, and then carrots. I haven't tried carrots yet, and I got these to put them in juice, and then I kind of waited all week, so they're kind of like, you know, gross, like wouldn't eat, but probably in a juice it'll be fine. Kind of late. That color. Wow. Good morning, guys. It's Sunday, one of my favorite days because it's so chill and relaxed and just great. I love the farmer's market, walking through them. But I made a juice this morning. It's pretty much gone. It's good. Good combo. Coffee with that amazing creamer, of course. I retweeted it, but I just read this really interesting article about the rose industry. I guess with Valentine's Day coming up, and I never knew, like, it was so much interesting information. I kept expecting it to be like, it is a terrible industry, but they were like, yeah, like very chill. Apparently majority of roses, well, stores like Walmart and just kind of like grocery stores or like corporate stores like that, they've all replaced florists, which is like, you know, like a specific flower shop. They've replaced that as the #1 for selling flowers and roses. And majority of roses we get in the United States actually come from Colombia. Hopefully disrupt the cocaine industry. I don't know if y'all have seen Narcos, but in an effort to hopefully break that up, I guess the US has been doing more trade with them for other things, so their economy is good without cocaine. So majority of roses come from there. They're able to grow so many roses, and it's just a really good environment for them, and then they sell them to the US. I just thought that was super interesting. There was obviously a lot more details, so I'll link it down below because I just thought it was so interesting. Like, I'd never learned about that, and you know, I buy flowers and it's just something I never really hear about. Also, more interesting news, reading more of this. I'm on the 2nd chapter now. I'm reading it very slowly. Information is meaningless. He was talking about how we live in the wiki age where if you have a question about anything, you can Google it and you get the answer. But information itself isn't power. The information from the world that falls onto our different senses could literally mean anything. It's nothing more than energy or molecules. Information doesn't come with instructions. So we need meaning. We need to assign meaning to different things that our senses pick up on in order to have it have meaning and to have it like make sense or anything. You're interpreting what it means because it could mean anything. So yeah, I'm excited to continue reading this, but just a little tidbit I would still recommend. I just watched Charles Gross's video and he was talking about being single and how much dating sucks, and like honestly very relatable. Read down the Duolingo, so you know we gotta freshen up. I feel like I could be fluent in Spanish very quickly because I still remember so much from when I took it for 4 years. Why don't I do that? I hear so much Spanish every day. Like I have no excuse to not, but that's like a new thing. I always like forget, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do my Duolingo. Does Duolingo actually help? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess if you're doing it regularly, but then you also have to practice, which, I mean, I have opportunities to do that because in LA, like, so many people speak Spanish. It's kind of scary though, because you're like, I don't want to mess up. I don't want them to think that I am like, I don't know, dumb. But, you know, practice makes perfect. So that's like a new thing. Sometimes there's things where I'm like saying hi to someone or whatever, and it's obvious that they don't really speak that good of English. So then if I spoke Spanish, then we could just speak in Spanish. I'm obsessed with Miguel. Like, he's all I listen to. This girl says, I used Tinder just to get laid and I ended up meeting my soulmate. Wedding on 6/9/2019, #69gang. As a Sagittarius, relationships threaten my independence. Dude, every Sag ever. Dude. Hey Santa, it's cold this year. No. Hey Santa, it's cool this year. My present is standing right here. Do you feel different when you can't meditate in the morning? Because huge difference. Yeah, to be honest, I haven't been meditating these past few days because I've just been like, I want my beverages. It definitely does make a huge difference. And it's not like I'm ignoring that. You know, like obviously sitting down and actually meditating is going to make a huge difference, but if you just have the mindfulness, like when I'm walking down the street or I'm somewhere or I'm doing something, I'm able to catch myself thinking and I'm like, chill out. And I'm like, oh, I'm able to recognize my thoughts as thoughts, which comes with the meditation practice, but does that mean I've been meditating every day? Unfortunately not. Cantaloupe is disgusting. No offense, but like literally, what the fuck is wrong with you? But like, I get it. I mean, everyone has their own taste, but then also like a bad cantaloupe or an unripe cantaloupe is disgusting. An avocado that's not good. Like, you know, on avocados, I don't know if it's because they get too ripe or like they're just not good, but that's like disgusting. And if someone were to only try that, I'd be like, and like not like avocados. Yeah, it makes sense. But I mean, there's nothing like that perfectly ripe, fresh cantaloupe out of the fridge. I also feel like everybody's pregnant. Seriously. Like everyone is in a relationship and getting pregnant, but not, of course, like not everyone, but you know when you're just like, independent woman, know you feel me. This girl says, biggest pro of not being single, having someone get your back with self-tanner. You know, I'm sure Sonia would do it if I asked. This person just said, Diego, not everyone is in a relationship. You know, Diego really coming through with the practical, reasonable voice in the community of my YouTube comments. Thank you so much. How do you take off your spray tan? Korean spa mitt! Like, I don't think you guys get it. It's life-changing. Like, you literally just go and it comes off. No scrub will do that to you. So I recently have a new fave. These past couple days, I think one of their videos was trending, but I've been obsessed with the Ace family. Sometimes I just like want to watch people for like 2 days and I watch all their videos and then like love. So cute. I just really like, I love pure wholesome content like that. It's so interesting to see people's different lifestyles. Oh my god, another, see, I'm like obsessed. Like I'm like, but another really, they don't have a kid yet. Another YouTube couple I really like watching is Marcus and Kristen. Again, so pure, wholesome, like love. I just like that. I don't know. I'm like light, chill. I think it's just so interesting because at like in your 20s, I mean, I'm turning 20 this year, so right on the brink. But it's so crazy that some people can be like wild and insane, and then some people are like married having kids. And both, like if you met a 25-year-old that was like, you'd be like, yeah. But if you met a 25-year-old with like a baby, you'd be like, yeah. Like it's kind of, at least to me, I mean, I'm sure people have different judgments over both, but to me it's like either is normal, and it's kind of crazy. Like this is a time where you can really do that. Or like learning that people from high school are pregnant, or like getting married. I think getting married is a little more like, what? I don't know. Like there were girls that were pregnant in high school. But yeah, it's just like, I'm so fascinated by life, I guess, like the process of life and like how different everyone's lives are. I don't know, it's just so interesting. And I think that's why like vlogging culture, or why vloggers are so popular, because people, I don't want to say people are nosy, like I guess they are, but I don't think it's nosy if someone puts out a public video if you watch it. But people are just so fascinated by like, how do other people live? We're almost all searching for like, when you make it way deeper than it needs to be, but like you want to know that people are similar to you. So if you're watching a random person and they're like, you're like, oh, they're just like me, like they're human. Oh my god, I was thinking about this the other day. I need to do a visual. So, you know, when people are like, we're all like the same, and you're like, okay, like we get it. Important dates, not so important. Okay, so this is what I was thinking. I had this like I've had this visual in my head. But basically, so we start out bored, or like, I don't know, does our energy come from a past life? Whatever, I don't know. But this is us when we're first born, like pure, wholesome, just like, we just want to love, like, that's you, that's me. Everyone's born essentially like the same. Even if you have different conditions or, you know, born into different circumstances, like I feel like we're all at our core, like love. We just want to love, like whatever. So then we have experiences. So let's take a nice purple. It's like, first off, like who had you? What circumstances, what life are you born into? What people are going to be around you when you're first born? That's like a little thing. So then you go through life, you have some triggering experiences. You know, you're a baby, your mom yells at you. You're a baby, like a toddler, someone like tells you something, you never forgot it. More experiences. Whoa. You're a preteen, you're getting a little puberty. More. You're in high school, this bitch is rude to you. Or it could be good experiences too, I guess. More experience. So everyone's like colors on the outside are gonna be different. Like it's like each one represents an experience. So even though from the outside, like if you were to just look at this from here, that's like, oh, they're like, I don't know, like green, but like, oh, they're like this kind of person, or they're different from me, they're like this, but like through all these layers of experience, we're just like this. Like everyone is just this little, like, when you really go through all the layers of experience, trauma, abuse, the circumstances you were born into, how the people were in their lives when they were raising you, that all affects everything. And I was really thinking about that, like, I don't know, it's a little easier to apply to like your friends, or like, I don't know, even like your parents. You're like, oh, like you can almost, like, if everyone blames their parents for certain stuff, some people more than others, but if you're able to realize like they're human too, and you can like almost forgive, so you don't have that resentment. Almost easier to do it with that. But then when you start looking at people on the street, or like there was this guy on the subway that was just like yelling at people, and then he was like yelling at me, and he was just like acting very violent, like you could just tell, like, wow. And I was like thinking about that, like I wonder, you know, the experience of like layers, like that's so crazy what he must have had gone through to act like that, you know? Like I just think it's so fascinating, and like the psychology behind it, and how, like, I think I said this before, but I feel like life is really just like unlearning all of these layers of experience that we've gone through so we can get back to this. So interesting. And you think about it, like everyone is like that, like everyone has these different layers. And I think when you meet someone, whether it's like a friend or a romantic interest, it's like your past experience is not necessarily the same, but you can understand one another. So it's easier to get through to that core, that like yellow. Wow, just a thought I had. Like I've had this visualization in my head for the past couple weeks, and I'm like, I've just been thinking about it, and I think about it when I, again, like walk down the street, go on the metro, and I look at people and I'm like, wow. I think it's just a way to make it easier to understand others, be more empathetic, and I mean, obviously stand up. Like you can stand up for yourself while still, I guess, loving others. And sometimes it's really hard because like we all have our own layers of experience, insecurities, trauma, like everything, experiences that shape us and our behavior, but our beliefs. But I think the purpose of life is to unlearn that and to get to like the core, which is like love. Just a thought. Early morning Sunday chats. Love y'all. But yeah, I'd love to hear your opinions on this, and if you agree or if you've ever thought of that. I'm sure it's not a unique idea, but something I've been thinking about recently. I like to go on my roof and just, even though it's not like exercise, just getting, like being outside in the fresh air and getting the sun on me. Like I try to just wear like a little tank top, or sometimes I'll wear my swimsuit up there. Get outside more, y'all. And if it's cold where you live, you know, bundle up, take a little walk around the block, because it really does make you feel so much better. Like if I'm just sitting down on my computer, even if I'm being productive, it's like you kind of get like, and then you just, I'm gonna go outside. You look at everything, it gets you out of your head. So I'd recommend, but yeah, also isn't this so cute? It's on my coffee table. Love. Okay. Love y'all.